name is Kara Rapp, and I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and we're so glad that y'all came to hear about our wonderful products, and somebody invited you tonight because they really care about you and your health. I just want to tell you briefly about my story on the products. Lacey Friend was one of my Facebook friends, and she had invited me to an eat and cheat like you guys are here tonight. I was excited to hear about Singular's products because I had been diagnosed with cancer about a year ago, March, and I was in kind of a depressed state, and I needed lots more energy. I have a little boy that's 5 and a little girl that's 2 and a little girl that's 1, and I just needed a lot more energy to keep up with them. And so I had heard about Zing on Laceys' website, which you'll learn about more later, and I was just so excited to try the product. And then when I heard that it was only $14 more to sell it, I thought, well, okay, I'll give that a try too. Love my day job, but thought I might as well just try to sell a few kits and make a few extra dollars too. And believe it or not, my husband and I were very blessed. In our first 3 months into the Singular business, we were able to make $17,000. And what a gift that was, because we were able to pay off a lot of my medical bills from when I had cancer, as well as pay off our car. So that was really exciting. So we're so glad you're here. Thank you. Well, we'd love to share a couple other stories with you. Who would like to share their story? Denise, you want to share your story?
I would love to, Kara. Thanks. My name is Denise, and my family and I started Singular about 3 months ago. I was introduced to the products from Kara Rapp. She was telling me how much energy she had to manage her 3 kids, and I also have 3 kids, my oldest having autism, and so I'm very busy mom. And I also work nights as a nurse, so I needed the energy because I didn't sleep a lot when I got home in the mornings. And then when I did get up, I was just grabbing for some carbs or, something that was unhealthy to eat. So my husband and I had put on quite a bit of weight. He was stressed about his job, and I had sent him to the doctor just to get some basic lab work done. And the doctor ended up putting both of us on antidepressants, which was a little disheartening. Even as a nurse, I don't like to take synthetic medication. So we gave it a shot. We had both gained quite a bit of weight, and the lab work that my husband had done came back showing that his liver enzymes were very high, and we couldn't figure out why. He was also pre-diabetic and was having sleep apnea, so we were looking at a CPAP machine. So that was very difficult for us, and we were needing to find something to help us with our weight loss. So I came to an eat and cheat and ended up buying 2 of the Ignite kits, and we started. And in the first 8 days, I lost 7 pounds and 7 inches from my waist, and my husband lost 12.5 pounds. Went back to the doctor 2 days after our 8-day Ignite, and his liver enzymes were normal. His sleep study came back normal, and no longer pre-diabetic. So very exciting for us. He's now training for a marathon. He runs almost every day. He takes our kids on bike rides. He has energy like he's never had before. And for me, it really wasn't so much about the weight loss. It was more about the health. Being a nurse, I'm very interested in healthy products and keeping us healthy as a family. So we eat healthier. My kids make better choices because of Singular. Kara, I do want to tell you about my son that has autism. He's 12 years old, and he's the light of my life. We've been struggling with some behavior. He's basically nonverbal, so we've tried many different biomedical treatments with him with little success. So when I found Singular, I started all 3 of my kids on the juice. It's amazing. It's keeping them healthy, and I know that they're getting their daily value of fruit just in one little capful. So that's exciting. And then one day I decided to give Thomas a Zing. It makes me feel so calm and focused that I was hoping it was going to do the same for him. Gave it to him in the morning, sent him off to school, and when he came home, he had a wonderful note from his teacher, and that was a blessing because most days we were getting notes that he'd had a difficult day, and which was very sad for me as a mom. I want him to succeed. So I thought, okay, well, I'm hoping it was the Zing, but we'll try it again. From the first day till the last day of school, he had perfect days, and I truly believe it was because of the Zing. On his third day, he came home from school, walked in the front door, said, "Hi, Mom," gave me a kiss, and went and put his book bag away. And that was the first time he'd ever really told me a full sentence. So Zingular is an amazing product. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise. So I'm so excited, and I tell you, the energy, just keeping up with our babies and having that energy together is just awesome. I'm so glad. Cathys, do you mind sharing us a little bit about your story?
I'd love to. My name is Cathys Newman. I'm from here in Wichita, Kansas. I have 5 kids, all from the ages of 17 down to the ages of 9. I'm a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor, and so my life stays very crazy and very busy. A friend of mine had been coming to me, a client, and saying that she needed something and she needed it quick or she was going to go to diet drugs. And one of my passions is I always try to find what's the best out there instead of having to put my clients on something that, is not natural and I have to worry about doing CPR by the time we're done. I was like, I do not like that. Yes, I hold my license, but I do not like to use it. So a good friend of mine, Denise, we're really good friends, had came and told me that she wanted me to come check out these new products that had really helped her. And I said, well, okay, I'll come look at them. At the time, I didn't plan on using them, but I said, well, we'll just go see. I'm looking for some clients, some good stuff. So I came in here and instantly saw the stories and Lacey losing so much weight in her core, which is where I have always had struggle because of 5 kids losing. I have tried everything. I can make anybody else lose weight, but that last little bit on my stomach would not come off. So I said, okay, I am secretly going to try this. Nobody's going to know. And then I will research everything, and then if I like it, then I will, go ahead. So I went ahead and got the 2 Ignite kits, but my 1995 didn't have nothing to lose. So I said, okay, so I'm going to do this. 8 days later, I lost 9.5 pounds, 12.5 inches, 5 3/4 was in my core, so I was totally sold. I was like, you guys have got to see this. Oh my gosh, look at my stomach. You can see my abs. Can you believe that? I knew I had them, so I was completely sold. And so from then on, I have been able to put just client after client and friend and family and be able to help them get their weight loss goals, and that helps me as a trainer to be able to achieve that. For others. My mother is a diabetic, and I have tried everything with her. I've worked out with her. She eats right. It's frustrating as a trainer not to be able to help your own mom. And she was on it for 8 days, and her levels just went level. I couldn't believe it. We were like, really? She's under 100? Are you kidding me? Because usually she's up in the 200s. So it's been a real passion of mine to be able to help people with health. So I am so excited to share Zingular with everybody, and I'm so glad Denise shared it with me.
Well, now that you've heard a few of our stories and experiences on the products, I'd love to have you hear about the products from Lacey.
Thanks. Okay. I just want to welcome you guys again and thank you for taking the time to come out tonight because, again, like Kara said, we really care about people, and that is why you're here and nothing else. So by the time we're done tonight, we just want to tell you about the products. You've heard a couple stories, and we want to make sure that it's right for you. So this is all about tasting it, learning about our products, and then you decide if it's the right thing. So I'm Lacey Friend, and I have 3 kids too. That must be the magic number, 12, 7, and no, they're 11, 7, and 3 actually. I'm trying to make my oldest son get a little older so he can babysit, I guess. Anyway, and my husband and I, believe it or not, on New Year's Eve, had been writing out our goals for the next year. And probably like most of you, we had a lot of them, and a lot of them that we had made the year before that didn't come true, and the year before that didn't come true. And my 11-year-old said to me, Mom, almost all of you and Dad's stories are all about getting healthy, eating better, working out, get back to the gym, lose some weight. And I said, yeah, you're right. That's what all of ours say. And about that time, my friend called, and she said, you have got to come up here. You have got to come up here and see our friends from Burlington, because that's where we're from. She said, Brandy and Calla are here, and they look phenomenal. And I said, oh, I've seen that on Facebook. Trust me, a lot. And Chris and I secretly had been making fun of it. And so I said, I don't know. So I said something to my husband, and he says, no, I'm going to get the oil changed in the car. And I was like, really? Okay. So I told her, oh, I probably can't come because Chris said he has to go get the oil change right now on this Saturday morning. And so he felt really bad because they were on their way. And he got home right before the meeting was supposed to start, and he said, all right, fine. Go to the meeting, but you cannot take your purse. So I sat down, I crossed my arms, and I said, I'm here, but I didn't bring my purse, and I'm not buying any of your stuff. So I'm not even sure why I'm here, but that's how it went. So anyway, they were explaining everything, and it just started piquing my interest because everything was all natural. And then I saw them, and I've known them my whole life, and it really obviously had worked. And so on the way home, I'm driving my car home, and I thought, oh, great, how am I going to convince my husband now? Because I told him, no, I'll just go and look at it. So I got home. It's about a 2-minute drive, so I didn't have very long to think about it. And I said, listen, just hear me out here. We're going to research everything. We're going to look everything up. There's a 100% money-back guarantee, so if this stuff doesn't work, we'll put it in the box and send it back. But I really want to look at it. Because just like Carter said, we were trying to get healthier, and obviously it wasn't working on our own. So we sat down, we researched everything, and we decided, fine, 100% money-back guarantee, there is no risk. So what are we going to do? We'll just order 2 kits, because he was like, well, you're not doing it without me. And I said, you aren't doing it without me, so we'll just order 2 of them. So we started with 2 kits, and just like Kara decided, you know what, I tell people about movies, and Warren Theater doesn't send me movie tickets, and I tell people about the great rolls with cinnamon butter at Texas Roadhouse, but I've yet to have a free meal over that. So this is cool. If I tell somebody, because I love to share things with people, and if I have a gift, I am not about to keep my mouth shut about it. Then if I tell a friend or a family member, great. Then if I get a little bit of money back and a thank you check, we're good to go, and that'll just be a little bit back on what I use to lose my own weight. So I'll show you my picture. It's really kind of funny because my husband and I like to joke with each other, and I did not ask him permission to print this up on a poster. And so when he came home that night, I actually had it sitting on that little easel just like this, and he walked in and he goes, you are kidding me. What is that for? I said, oh, you know what it's for. It shows you right here, before Ignite, after our 8 days, and there's an 8-day program you can do called we call it the 8-day challenge around here, and then after 8 weeks, and then it does it again on a side view. And you can clearly see that I started out, and as I was tall and somewhat thin, but I had a lot of problem areas, and it was right in the core, like you were talking about. I could not lose this little muffin top, and we call this the sugar baby. That's what everybody called it, because I love to eat sweets. But my husband, I mean, dramatically in 8 days, and then again in the 8 weeks, you can see here. And on the side view, I always tell people, check out his neck, because you can't lie about that, you know? Like, he lost so much weight. We lost 6.5 pounds and 7.5 inches in my first 8 days, and he lost 9 pounds and 11.5 inches. After 8 weeks, I had went from a size 8 to a size 0. And he doesn't measure sizes, but his clothes were falling off, his belts wouldn't fit. And I was like, well, I think we both better do a little bit of shopping. Darn. So I lost all the weight in the first 3.5, as did he, but we've maintained it. And I know that's probably a question a lot of you have is, can I maintain this? Am I going to spend this money and keep this weight off? Or like almost everything else, am I going to spend the money, lose the weight, turn around and gain it all back? So I'm going to just tell you really quickly about the 6 products so you know what they are, and we'll go from there. And before we leave tonight, you're going to taste our juice, you're going to taste our shake, and we're going to give you a sample of our Zing and a sample of a Zip Stick so that you can also have that to take home and try, because we want to make sure that you know what the products are. I'll tell you, Jim Ayers is our product developer, phenomenal guy, has a nutrition degree, and he's also a fitness guru, and so what a great person to put this stuff together for us. And a lot of these products, he cracks me up. I've been able to meet him. He makes for himself. And you know, if somebody's going to make something for themselves, it's a good product, because you're not going to give it to yourself or your child and then, you know, if it's not a good thing. So he's a great guy, phenomenal, has so much education. I love talking to him. And it's so neat in this company that if we ever have a question, we can ask him. And you don't find that either. You can walk into a store and, you know, ask about the products, and the person that's working there that gets, you know, a teenager or whatever has no idea about the product, and they can't offer you support and offer you plans on how do I put them together to get the greatest success, and we can actually ask the product developer. So that is a really neat aspect of this that I have loved all along. And so we're going to do that.